there, friends. Have you ever gazed into the night sky and wondered the possibilities of extraterrestrial life living on other planets among the galaxy? Well, I sure have. My name is Francis Wittgenstein, and I am funding a research to explore the possibilities of such an event. And what I have found is rather disturbing news. It's a fictional story of some sort, so don't worry. It is not a story of romance or love or adventure and questing. In fact, this story deals with such harsh details, such as destruction, disintegration, fulmination, anal probing. These are all side effects and casualties of the great grand war of the Furon Empire, moving us like sheep and cattle, waiting to be slaughtered and use our DNA to fuel their raging hearts. Feel no remorse or pity for this little green man, for he is heartless and deserves none, as this is a story about a little green man's mission to destroy all humans.
Well, that's just sinister as hell.
Destroy All Humans, initially a game made by Pandemic Studios and THQ, and then I think that comes to THQ Nordic. I don't know, I guess they became Swedish. I don't really know. The version I'm playing is the remastered remake version of it, you know, the whole hunky-dory. It's essentially just like a much better updated version of the game made for 2020. And yeah, let's just say this is fucking amazing. I also want to point out that this game is the true definition in how you do a remake / remaster. Just on how you do any kind of remake in a game. I mean, this game takes everything you love about the first one and just amplifies it to the max. So yeah, let's get down to it. So the plot begins as a UFO crashes down to Area 42, but pretty much a parody of Area 51. This UFO crashes down to Area 42, and it turns out that it's this little alien named Crypto that gets captured and then fucking axed. And then another alien comes down to Earth named Crypto 137. Essentially just like a new, like, genetically made, you know, Furon that's supposed to be the better clone of this new one. And their whole goal is to basically, you know, enslave humanity and take their DNA and use them to reinforce their cloning genetics. I don't know. Pox explains it better.
We could not propagate due to our complete and utter lack of genitalia. Fortunately, a Furon ship happened upon Earth on its way back from destroying the Martians. Human society was young and nubile. Sailors on a foreign planet letting off steam, one thing led to another. Long story short, every human being alive today has buried deep in his genetic code a strand of Furon DNA. Over the eons, we've learned to clone ourselves, but with each iteration, the information degrades, and the results are increasingly unpredictable. The Furon genes in humanity's DNA are ancient, uncorrupted. They represent the future of the Furon race. If only we can get at them.
So the army and this secret organization called Majestic catch wind of the aliens, and they're trying to pretty much, like, find the aliens and, you know, kill them and get rid of them before they, you know, have this invasion going on. I like the idea that you're essentially just the villain trying to invade the planet and, you know, trying to take out the antagonists that are actually the heroes of the story because they're trying to protect their planet. But I don't know. I like this whole, like, little twist and spin on it. You know, it makes you feel a little bit more, you know, connected with the bad guys for once. You know what I mean? Throughout the story, you travel through 1950s America. You go from this little old farm. You get to go to Rockwell and abduct a super hot lady, probe her, and then you get to, I don't know, blow up the whole fucking carnival. That's fun. Then you gotta disguise as the mayor of the town and blame all of the issues on communists, like a good American does.
You want to know what's been going on around here? I'll tell you what's been going on around here. Communism, that's what.
Then you go down to Santa Modesta, do a couple science experiments, and, I don't know, brainwash everybody with television. That's pretty fucking cool. Then you go down to Area 42 and find your dead previous counterparts, and you realize the rage inside of you cannot be quenched.
Okay, monkeys. You want a war? You got a war.
So you pretty much just steal a nuke and blow the whole fucking place up. Neat. Alright, I like it. You go on down to Uniontown, break out of jail, break down some more military shit, brainwash the construction workers. Alright, you know, that's pretty nice. Alright, I like it. You also get to fight like a robo-mech suit, you know, like a general in a robo-mech suit. Pretty sick. Then you go down to Capital City, and oh boy, is this getting all nice and saucy, you know, no pun intended. You have to essentially kill a bunch of senators and, you know, stop the votes from coming in and, you know, take all the corruption down in the, you know, in the whole fucking American political system, and then, you know, bring the president out and kill the fucking president. I don't know, this whole game is wild and I love it. There's even like this super big, like, robo, like, Gundam president that you have to fight in your saucer. I will not lie, it took me quite a fucking while to kill this guy. I had to grind all this DNA shit just so I could upgrade my saucer to actually do some fucking damage for once. You know, and then there's the big old plot twist with Silhouette being a woman, and, you know, the whole ha 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 funny jokes, oh my god, it's a woman. Yada yada, you fight her, you kill her, there you go. And then you take all the humans for slaughter. The story's a fun little 8-hour experience that you don't have to really take too seriously. Just turn your brain off and have a good time. If you got a twisted, dark sense of humor like I do, you're gonna find something to enjoy about this. I'd say Crypto is definitely one of my top 10 favorite fictional characters, mostly just because of how raw he is, and I just love his fucking energy. He's such a funny guy, and, you know, he really just personifies the whole idea of this game. You know, destroy all humans. He's just such a rageful little shit, and I love him.
Let me tell you something, Pox. You're a smart cookie. But there's a time for thought, and there's a time for action. And this is one of those times.
Which?
The second one.
Perhaps you're right, 137.
Course I'm right. You kidding me? A cryptosporidium captured by a bunch of monkeys? We gotta go in. We gotta crack some craniums. We gotta rescue him. He's gotta rescue me. I mean, I gotta, brains, man. When do I get to blow things up?
Also, Orthopox is another great character, too. I love their dynamic. They're sort of like an Otacon and Snake. You know, the guy in the chair and the foot soldier taking orders and going from place to place. I really like it a lot. Even though Pox is super bossy and bitches at you a lot, I still never get tired of him. He's always got some funny nitwit thing to say, and he just seems like a funny person to be around. There's also these two majestic agents. One of them's like a bumbling buffoon, and he's really goofy, and he's just always kind of out of it. And then there's the other one that's just serious and trying to keep everything together.
Did you see what I saw?
You bet your sweet ass I did. What did you see?
Little green man in a flying saucer wiping out the best infantry unit in the U.S. Army.
Right, good. Me too. Green? Not gray?
Don't be a stiff. You know what it means?
Absolutely. What?
It means the paper's got it right for once. Get on the horn to Silhouette. We've got the worst case scenario.
The eggheads were actually onto something? I don't believe it.
Believe it. Roswell was only the beginning. The invasion is on.
This whole world has like this cartoonish charms, you know, sort of like if it was like a 1950s cartoon. I mean, the story does take place in the 1950s, but it has like this nice parody style vibe to it, where everybody's out to kill the communist and bleed red, white, and blue, and it's just really funny, and I like it. So the general gameplay is essentially just destroy all humans. I mean, this game makes you feel so powerful. You get to lift people up with the Force, drown them, slam them around, and just force push everybody. You can lift cars and slam into tanks and blow shit up everywhere. You can brain fuck people and, you know, just explode their brains out. So Crypto has a pretty good arsenal of ways on how to destroy humans, such as zapping them to the extreme, violating them anally.
I like you, and I want you. Now we can do this the easy way, or we can do it the hard way.
Well, I don't think you and I will be doing anything any kind of way.
Okay, I see you choosing the hard way. I'm a warrior!
You could disintegrate them, turning the innocent person to a fucking ash, and then completely bombing everybody, turning them also into more ash. This game gives you all kinds of options on how you could just completely annihilate people in this game. It is so fun. The best way to describe this game is essentially a sociopath's wet dream.
Stop! Either put me down or...
I gotta say, it is so fun and therapeutic to just destroy and cause so much damage to innocent lives that just don't deserve it. It's such a fun experience, especially when the military and all the kinds of shit come at you. You can just lift up their stuff and blow it the fuck up and slam mech suits into each other, and god damn it, is it fun. Also, not to mention, the remake also adds these new little abilities, such as dashing with your jetpack and sliding around like you're a badass. It's so fun and sick, and god damn it did they improve this game from the ground up, man. And the original game wasn't inherently bad, it was just super outdated, and the mobility was pretty fucking clunky and chunky, and not to mention the button control scheme was just kind of off, and yeah, no, mobility was not a thing in that game. You can duck, dip, dive, and dodge, and ass rape everyone with your probe gun. Oh my lord. Talk about fucking the brains out of somebody, am I right, ladies and gentlemen? You can also hop in your saucer and shoot out death rays and sonic booms and blow shit up. You can also drop a big old fat BFG 9000 fucking atomic explosion, the quantum destruction, and just fucking blow everything up. God, is this game just filled with chaos and madness, and I fucking love it! Now, as far as the gameplay loop goes, it's pretty simple. You just go from mission to mission in the story, complete these tasks that you're given. Sometimes you gotta bend, satellites. Sometimes you gotta, brainwash people, make them follow you. You can disguise as people, and there's a fair bit of stealth options in this game, which I'm not a really big fan of because it kind of defeats the whole purpose of what the fucking game's supposed to be, but it's whatever. I mean, it's not that bad in the beginning of the game, but like once you get near the end of the game, you're pretty much just being stealthy for like the later portion of the story, and it's kind of long-winded and it gets fucking boring. Grind through it and then just start blowing people up. Still fun. You can also upgrade your weapons by essentially farming people's brains and taking their DNA and putting all that shit into your gun, and you can go to Pox Lab and put all the brain matter and all the brain goop into your fucking guns and your saucer, making them a lot more effective and powerful. And I tell you one thing, man, you better grind real hard for this, because later on in the game, you're gonna need it, because there's some parts of the game where it gets a little bit difficult, especially the Robo-Prez bot. And let me give you all a piece of advice. Upgrade the fuck out of your saucer. Now, I know you don't really use the saucer too often in this game, but trust me, you're gonna want to upgrade the absolute fuck out of it, because you're gonna need it buffed up to the max when you fight the Robo-Prez boss. Oh my god, it took me about almost 3 fucking hours to actually beat this goddamn thing because I forgot to upgrade the damn saucer. So I had to spend about, like 2 more hours to grind for it. There's good methods, and all you gotta do is upgrade the anal probe and upgrade your brain extract meter and shit, and then pretty much all you gotta do is just farm humans, move them around like cattle and just completely decimate them. The game has an easy way to farming, but it is kind of a grind and it does take a while, but it does pay off though eventually. I gotta say though, it's a real damn shame that this game does not get the love it deserves, man. I remember when the trailer first came out for the remaster, man, I remember watching that motherfucking trailer every day, just so excited to play this fucking game, because I did grow up playing the original version on PlayStation 2, and I had a great fucking time playing it. Honestly, I just wish this game would get more recognition it deserves. This game is fun, alright? If you're looking for a game to turn your fucking brain off and just have a good old time being a maniacal, evil alien, this is it for you, honestly. Could not recommend it enough.